Welcome guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is it's November the 15th, yeah. I'm replacing Justin because he's busy with work. So yeah, it's just me. We go over today's news, and today's basically news is Ramsey, because everything is linked to Ramsey. Every report, like a player coming in, a midfielder coming in, it's always if Ramsey leaves or should Ramsey leave. So it's always linked back to Ramsey. So that's basically what we're going to talk about and some players we are being linked with. As always, like the video and subscribe to the channel. And we will get into it right now. So the first report is basically what I'm saying. If you watch our live shows, which I've said many times before, and it is Juve would like to move on from Ramsey in January to make room for reinforcement, but basically Aaron will ask for a big payout. Uh, before I recorded this video, Ramsey spoke during a press conference with his national team, saying that he would like to play more, that he can still offer a lot. So the vibe or the feeling I'm gathering from his comments is that he is willing to move on. I think that's what everybody is reporting. Like both Juve and the player want to move on, want to basically a different situation. He wants to play more. We want to free up wages to bring someone in. But again, I've said it so many times before. Why would he leave? Taking a pay cut, saying I will leave, just rip the contract, throw it away. I will just sign for Newcastle, Everton on half the wages. Why would he do that? Like, we gave him the money. I know people will get mad, like he's greedy, but like we as a club gave him the money. Like, it's not up to the player to say, yeah, just rip the contract apart. I will leave, and I will take less money elsewhere. Like, we created the situation, so I will never say to a player or in this situation that's being greedy, because like just in daily life, if you have a contract, you want to have your money. Like, you're not gonna take less money. And no, people say, but he is already rich. That doesn't matter. Like, 10 million euros more is setting his family up for a better life in the future. Like his children, his name it. So I've always said if he's gonna leave, I think we will need to buy him out. Again, I don't think we will need to buy him out for the remainder of these 6 months and the next 12 months, so until 23. But something we'll need to pay something to make him leave. And then at that point, you need to think like you're gonna pay him to leave on a free. So that's one of the worst deals you have done in a long time. Like Douglas Costa, you paid money and you left him on a free. That might be worse. I think that's worse because we paid him to leave. But this is up there with Douglas Costa, with the situation, how we handled the situation. To end the contract, we paid him out, Douglas, to leave, so that he could take a lesser wage at Grêmio. Basically the same situation with Ramsey, because nobody's offering Ramsey almost 10 million euros with bonuses in England. Like, no club is going to do that. Not even if he becomes a free agent, if we rip up his contract, basically. So that's basically the situation. Let's see. I think he will move in January, but it will depend on how much he will ask to leave and how much the club is basically willing to pay him out to leave. So that's a situation that we will need to keep an eye on, because everything is basically depending on him leaving at the moment. And the next reports basically will confirm that. So Nicolo Shira is saying Juve. So basically that's, again, Zakaria, like Witzel, name all the players. Ramsey needs to leave. If another player leaves, great, but it's Ramsey at the moment. So I see that the title of the graphic is wrong, but still. It's saying, let me see. Excuse me. Okay. Nicolo Shira is saying Juve have overtaken Roma in the race for Dennis Zakaria. The Giallorossi have reached an agreement in principle for a contract until 26, with his former agent. Again, he changed a few days ago. The midfielder, so Zakaria prefers Juve's bid, even if his dream is to play for Barca. Now, again, I saw people go mad. If you don't want to play for us, then don't play for us, and things like that. Like, every player has a dream. Like, that's okay. As a footballer, you're a fan of a club and you can dream of the club. But at the end of the day, you're professional. If Barca don't come for you, you join the team and you play for them. So no problem there. At the moment, Barca's not in for him. I don't really know if Xavi wants a player like that, because there have been no reports. Like, usually there's one report saying, oh, they're interested or stuff like that. At the moment, there's no report. So I think at the moment we are leading the race, but I still don't believe we're going to do this deal, because there's also rumors or basically talks that Allegri is not really convinced about the player. And I mean, if you're gonna bring in a player, the coach needs to like him. Otherwise, it's throwing money away once again. Like, I'm not saying give Allegri Witzel, but like, if he doesn't like Zakaria and if he's not gonna really use him, then what's the point of bringing him in? I like him, but again, if the coach doesn't like him, I'm not the coach. I'm not going to set up the team. He's gonna set up the team, and if he's gonna set up the team the same way and not gonna use Zakaria to his full potential, then it's pretty useless. But that's basically the news, because that's basically the name we are being linked with day in, day out. It's Zakaria at the moment. I know there will be other names that will basically, the next report will go over the other names. So Suttersport is saying Juventus have all intention to try and bring in Zakaria in January. I think we know that. And then it goes on to say Cherubini is following Jens Kajuste, the 20-year-old Swede from Midtjylland. Like, I've never seen him play. If anyone, because I know people from Sweden watch our channel, if you know the player, let us know in the comment. How is he like? Like, does he have potential? I've never seen him play. I think it's just to the sport, just throwing out names now. We might have been following. Maybe Cherubini has followed him when he was working for the U team, and they're just basically linking everything back to a move now, because we're basically, the feeling is we're getting a midfielder. So I don't really think that's something we need to take in consideration. I think it's just throwing all names out there. The same for the next report, and it's saying the name of Kone is followed by Cherubini again. Last year he was very close to Milan before Gladbach won the race. They paid 7 million euros. Today he's worth much more. Again, we don't have a lot of money. If they paid 7 million euros, and if he's that good, because I read some report and he's doing well, then it's an amount we're not going to pay in January. Again, so it's just filling newspaper. It's Zakaria, it's Witzel at the moment, and that's it. Like, it's one of those two if Ramsey should leave. And at the moment, it seems to be more Zakaria. Then the next bit of news, again, is Kulusevski, who I don't think he has got enough chances so far. I know things might change, but I don't think Allegri is a fan of him. I know a lot of fans aren't a fan of him. If Allegri's not going to use him, then yeah, you need to sell him just for us, because we need the money, and for him because he needs to develop. It's just a sad, basically, situation, because he has the potential, but somehow he's not getting used. And I'm not saying he lived up to it so far, but it's been 1 year and a few months, 2 different coaches. So I don't know. But the news is Arsenal will be ready to start talks with Juve already in the view of the January market. Juve, for their part, will consider selling Kulusevski if Arsenal offer is in line with their demands, and the demands are those of at least 35 million euros plus bonuses. Otherwise, you're going to take a loss, and the club's not going to do that. Like, don't take a loss on Kulusevski. At that point, just keep him and try to develop him. But if you take a loss, I don't think we can afford that at the moment. We have taken many losses in the last couple of years, and we will take some more because of the mess we basically created the last few years with players. So if the money is good, and if Allegri said, I'm not going to use him, like, he's not a player for me, then yeah, you should move on. It's sad, but it is what it is. But like then again, do Arsenal really need him? I just saw reports they were trying to move on Nicolas Pepe. Maybe then, yeah. But like, who's gonna pay Nicolas Pepe? So I don't think it's something that's gonna happen in January. If it's going to happen, it's in the summer. But let's wait and see. Then the Vlahovic. The next report is Vlahovic. Like I said it many times before, I think everybody knows, like, it's not possible in January. Like, Fiorentina's not going to sell Vlahovic to us in January. We don't have the money in January, and that's basically what the reports are every day. So Calciomercato is saying Vlahovic is Juve's top target. I think that's obvious. For like money reasons, getting him in July will be easier, but the January session is scary for Juve since the player is very appreciated in the Premier League. Now, I saw reports saying Tottenham will go for him in January, but will they? They have Harry Kane. They don't know if Kane will get a move. Like, is any club going to pay the money for Harry Kane in the summer? Because Haaland is freeing up. Lewandowski might move. Mbappe is a free agent. So, and then you have Kane and 80 million euros Vlahovic. Now, if you're a Tottenham fan or if you're a Conte, you would say, yeah, great. But if you're Vlahovic, you might say, well, I need to know if I'm going to be the first choice striker. Like, I'm not going to Tottenham if Harry Kane is staying. Like, it doesn't make sense for his development. With us, he will play. Like, he will be the starter. Elsewhere, maybe City, he will be the starter because City don't have a striker. So I think that's a real situation. I don't think he's moving in January. I think he's just gonna stay, and he's going to wait. Like, look at his options in the summer, which is the best option for him also because he has more choice. He has a better view on things, who get Champions League, who's moving, and things like that. So I think he's just gonna stay in January. I think if he stays, we have a very good shot of getting him in the summer. I think we should get him in the summer. Not saying we should pay over the odds for him, but like he is the only striker out there, in my opinion, who can become a top player, and he's there and he wants to join us. So I think that's a deal we should be trying to do in the summer. And then the last bit of news is basically Dybala. He picked up an injury during the game, and according to Corriere dello Sport, the tests carried out on Dybala by the Argentinian medical staff have ruled out any injury. So that's good news. Again, we will talk about it in today's live. The South American players will be back on Friday, and the game against Lazio is on Saturday at 6 p.m. European time, so Italy time. That's basically the Napoli game all over again. I think Allegri will play them this time because we don't have a choice. Like, the situation is bad. I mean, standing wise, points wise, and you cannot lose that game. You need to win that game. If that means playing players who just landed the day before, then it is what it is. Again, I think on Tuesday then we play Chelsea. You want to top that group, you want to win every game, but you're already in the next round of the Champions League. If you don't top that group, it's not the end of the world because it's the luck of the draw. You can finish first and you can get PSG or City. Like, it's that. We struggle to beat Lyon, Porto, Ajax. So, like, if you finish first or second, in my opinion, I don't really care. Like, who it is, because we've shown we can struggle against any team and we can beat any team. So I don't know. Let's see. But again, it's good news that he's not injured, Dybala, because he is the spark up front at the moment. Chiesa's not doing it. Morata's absolutely not doing it. Keane just came back. Kulusevski not getting a chance. Bernardeschi offers nothing going forward. Caio getting little playing time, so it's all depending on Dybala at the moment, and we already struggle in creating chances. So yeah, again, guys, that is basically today's news. I think Justin will be back on Wednesday with the daily news shows, or Thursday. I need to check. I forgot. As always, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are getting close to 1800, and that's great. So like the video and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next one.